Hello and welcome back to Good Game Nation, where we bring you all things TCG. My name is Preston. I'm here with Sam. Say hello.
Hello, we're here talking One Piece, and not the worst color anymore, I think, which is exciting.
Well,
We'll
that's
see.
debatable.
We'll see.
Today we are talking Kingdoms of Intrigue, set 4 of the One Piece TCG card game. That was redundant. We're talking purple. We've hated purple pretty much every set. They just don't get what they deserve. That makes it a decent color. And I think this time might be different.
Might be is a nice category. Purple has been the ugly duckling of this game for a long time. They have gotten the worst support. Every set's a new archetype, and they never really drop cards to support them. But we saw the blue set. I think we have some excitement for Blue Purple Kaido, and let's look at this set. We have this interesting Crocodile leader. It's the only, not the only, but we have the Dofi, which we talked about in this video. You can link it if you want to hear our Dofi thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
But Crocodile is a purple and yellow leader. During your opponent's turn, once per turn, when Dawn on your field is returned to the Dawn deck by your own effect, add up to one Dawn card from Dawn deck in active mode. So no, you cannot gain a Dawn from Magellan. And that is another time we have mentioned Magellan this week. Let's go.
Yeah, the leader is, in my mind, mediocre. It works with its cards, but it just doesn't make sense to play. You only get once per turn. All of these characters, pretty much all of these characters, have on your opponent's turn, Dawn -1, do a thing, and you're only getting one of those back.
Yeah.
And I don't think they have ramp. Oh, they have all Sunday that ramps, right?
You have
No,
all
it's
Sunday.
not.
I think you're also able to play Jack as well. You're able to play some cards that ramp.
Yeah.
But you're right. I think we're minusing a little too much. So when we look at Water 7, who is minusing a good amount, they still have their stadium to really, keep them level. We don't have that option here for Blue Purple Croc. But if it was there, I think that would have made Blue Purple Croc a little too scary. So I think I can see the issue with it. But I do think these cards, even with their minus effect, are a little lackluster. Like if we look at the rare, the big guy, Mr. 5, which is hilarious that it's Mr. 5. He's a Dawn -2, and he KOs a 4 cost on your opponent's field. We have Who's Who -1s who kills a 3-drop. I think Mr. 5 is just a little lackluster. And if that's their KO card, that's, or not next to the Croc, obviously, but just looking at that effect, it seems just a little underwhelming. And then the Crocodile is a -2, and he adds a card to your life. That's when appearing effect. And then when your opponent's attacks, he gets to draw one and discard one. So not really a true plus either. But I would say that this purple set is probably better than the last purple set, and maybe better than the last purple set before that. So I think we are heading in the right direction, at least.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good support for the Blurple Croc, like you were saying. Being able to play a full Baroque work package, you get a decent searcher with really good searcher. Shouldn't understate Miss Valentine. Top 5 for Baroque works. That's incredible. We need something like that. I think before it was just an event card for blue. And then you also have Miss Golden Week, which stops a card from untapping, right? If your leader has trait BW, up to one of your opponent's cards with cost 5 or less cannot attack until the start of your next turn. So she's a cool stun, like she is in the manga. So there's some good splashable cards here for Blurple, I think. I mean, at a 2 cost for Miss Golden Week, stopping a 5 cost from attacking is pretty good. Like, it's not even a Dawn -1 effect. It's just when played, so that's great. But yeah, I think there's just a lot of minuses. So you'll have to really. It's going to be a hard deck to build for like picking and choosing what you do. There's probably very little ramp that is
Playable.
going to be. It's just not synergy. There's no synergy
Yeah.
in it. So we'll have to see how it goes, really.
Yeah, and the last two colors we reviewed had three cards in each set to help the previous archetype. So
Mhm.
maybe there will be something that will help us with this Dawn part, because I think the Dawn part's the only thing really holding this deck back. 'Cause I do like some of these cards. I like Mister Four. I do think, God, this art for Mister Three is so funny every time I click on it. I need to figure out where that's from. That's so funny. And then I think Blue Purple Crocodile definitely is the big winner here for this set. You get a Searcher, you get a cool stun. Miss Sunday is very good. You have another 2K in Miss Friday and Mr. 13. You have a lot of event cards you can pull from. Blue Purple Crocodile has access to Hell's Judgment. I keep talking about that's the one. They have a lot of blue they can look at, a lot of really cool cards. So I think Blue Purple Crocodile might be the true winner of this purple set.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
And then
I
the
hope
la-
that, sorry, I hope they get a Whiskey Peak. I had to look it up. That's
Yeah,
the
their
island that
location.
they go to that there's a ton of Baroqueworks agents, right?
Yep.
So they could definitely get hopefully it's not a straight Onigashima clone, but Whiskey Peak would be a great stage for them. But yeah,
They got to be
um,
careful. Blue Purple Crocodile is, if they get their hands on that, that's devastating. So it might have to be like a yellow stage just to avoid,
to avoid it, yeah.
just to avoid it. That might be an answer.
Yeah.
But I think you definitely need a little bit better Dawn manipulation. Some of this, like even this guy that gives you Dawn,
Mhm.
Miss Friday and 13, it requires two cards to get this one Dawn. Like
Right.
that's not reasonable.
Better as a 2K at that point.
Yeah, you're better as a 2K at that point. The last thing for this purple set is we did receive a little bit of support for Water 7. Iceberg, I think, is the leader we've seen the least. I don't think I've ever seen an Iceberg deck win a tournament, and I want to be wrong, so if you won with Iceberg, please post it in the comments. I want to play it. We had this cool Frankie card. This is probably one of the more interesting cards that Water 7 got, but do we think this is a deck that's gonna be able to resurface? Is this the answer Iceberg was hoping for when the new set dropped?
So they finally got a Frankie, so it's playable. They got Tom, which does a ramp. Iceberg becomes a blocker for a -1. And the Frankie boosts power for a -1. So there's some more things. I think they're still missing their big boss character. They don't like there's a purple Luffy, but I don't think it's enough. Like when we were talking about blue, they got another Kaido.
Pretty good,
What
Kaido.
yeah, what does Water 7 do with that? Like, what purple characters are you playing that are going to be in good synergy with that deck? I don't think there is one. Um,
And it's
but
hard to build ramp in that deck anyway. Like it's hard to keep like that level of Dawn. So
mhm,
and not having a KO card in this meta right now has been crucial to a lot of these decks. Why they're not successful. It's either they're able to boost everything and be fast, or they have a serious KO card.
mhm.
And Water 7 doesn't have either. So I think that's why it probably will continue to struggle. But I do think it is nice to see them trying to support it. Yeah.
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 The counters are decent. Some of them are, I don't understand exactly. Nose gun, I'm misreading over and over again, so I don't want to talk about it. Um, they have a 1 Dawn, 1000 power for the turn. And then I believe the color trap is similar to um, Golden Week's
Hmm.
character effect. So
Yeah.
decent cards. I know there's some diehard Crocodile fans out there. So I know they're gonna jump on the Blurple Croc. I really want to see your list because I do think it's gonna be competitive. I just don't. I just keep saying, is it as good as current Whitebeard? And I still think our previous red sets are just S tier compared to everything else. I don't know if we've done this every video, but do you put purple in a solid C for this set?
I think Blue Purple Kaido definitely has a good matchup into Whitebeard. I think the one issue has always been consistency. And when you look at Crocodile, their only searcher before was an event card, and it was good for that deck because you were able to draw off of it, but now you have another one. So I think this helps that speed department a lot. Again, it's just, do we have the end game to end Whitebeard? Because Whitebeard, not only do they have a good mid game, their end game with that 9-drop is huge. So it comes down to that, and I think they're definitely in a better spot than they were last set. I think they're probably in the B tier range, definitely very playable.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to see what comes out. Blue had a lot of good cards last set, like Soke King. I think it's in a pretty good spot. So this is definitely the highest purple's been since set 1. So we can only go up. So I'm riding the purple right now.
Yeah, and let us know what you think and where purple lands in your tier list. And if you're still here, do all the YouTube things, hit that subscribe button, and we'll be finishing out the rest of the colors over the next few days. So hit the bells to see when those next videos get posted. Until next time, thank you all for watching, and see you around. Peace.
Bye. Bye-bye. I wish you could have seen the Crocodile wallpaper. When you see it in the post, it's going to be funny.
It better be hot.
It's all you need to know is it's yellow.
Love it.
Yeah. Shout out Crocodile.
That's great.